Hello there, beautiful viewers. Welcome to the Complete Football Pod with me, yours, Mike. I hope you're all doing well. I really hope you are. I will be giving my opinion about the games over the weekend, and more importantly, I'll be asking for yours in the comment section. Please sit back and relax. It's going to be a good and a very interesting podcast. If you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I will really appreciate it. It will go a long way. Yeah, first of all, let's talk about the Liverpool West Ham game. What a game! The game ended up in a roller coaster between Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah. Liverpool, if they had won this game, they would still be in the conversation. Even though in my previous episode I said it's still a long stretch because Arsenal and Man City has to lose two games, which is kind of far-fetched. But in football, nothing is impossible. Never say never. Also in the Premier League, never say never. So Liverpool, the game, they didn't really they approached the game because they felt winning that game will still keep them in the conversation. But unfortunately they could not win the game. It was a 2-2 draw again after the loss against Everton over the week. So title hopes ended for Liverpool today. But what a roller coaster between Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah. I personally have said, if Jurgen Klopp could turn back the hands of time, he would reverse the announcement he made at the end of the season that he would be leaving. He would reverse it because internally, I think that announcement has caused more harms than good. It has caused more harms than good because everything seems to be, gone south right now. Nothing, the players are not really playing like they used to. This is not a Liverpool we all used to know. That's why when they began this season, I personally felt Liverpool they were far away from being classical. So I knew this Liverpool could not win the league like this. Unfortunately, I didn't know Jurgen Klopp was planning to leave at the end of the season. So now him leaving now, and him announcing his exit in the middle of the season where they're still fighting for the trophy, and they're not like a long mile away from the gap between them and the second place. As when he announces his exit, when he said he will be leaving at the end of the season, Liverpool was still like kind of struggling. They never had a tight grip on the league or on the point. So that's why I question his timing of announcement. I like I said, if I was in his situation, I would not announce it. I would let the board know, but I'm not going to announce it to the public. So it is what it is. It's leaving at the end of the season, and it's causing a lot of chaos in the team. Mo Salah today having an altercation with Jurgen Klopp. Now let me say something about that. I think Mo Salah thought he should have started this game. Bring him in when the game is now 2-2. Is Mo Salah? Is no doubt Mo Salah is a big player. One of Liverpool's best, if not the best player in Liverpool. So he would probably, from the side of Mo Salah, in his perspective, he would feel offended for coming in, I think in the 79th minute. He would have wanted to start the game, but he couldn't. Now, we can argue Jurgen Klopp is the manager. He decides. And Salah, if we've been sincere, Salah has not been in his great form lately. He's been injured, coming back from injury. He's been struggling. But, players like that, they still feel the more they play, the more they get their rhythm back. So I think that was what happened, and because he knows Jurgen Klopp is leaving at the end of the season, it's part of the reason why things are not really going fine for Liverpool. Like it or not, it is. It's really gonna affect Liverpool, and I think, in my opinion, I might be wrong. I stand corrected. In my opinion, I think Mo Salah is going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. I think. Because last season, I think there's a club in Saudi Arabia that came for Mo Salah, And if I was Liverpool owner, I would sell Mo Salah because it was like a whooping sum of £250, £250,000. That's a lot. Mo Salah's paid his dues for Liverpool, and I think they should have let him go. But I think he started having the problem with Jurgen Klopp after he came back from the African Cup of Nations. That's when they started having a problem, and I think it was due to this uh, Saudi Arabia deal. I think Mo Salah never wanted it to be public, but Klopp made it public in a press conference, something like that. I can't remember. So that tension has been there from day one, but they've been finding a way to be professional to try to make to make everything calm. But today, it was another thing. And Salah, there was a footage when Salah came out of the dressing room and he said, "If I speak today, it will be fire." There's a lot going out. There's a lot going on behind the scene that we don't know. We might get to know some of them, but maybe not all if we're lucky. One of them might come out maybe in the future to say this is what happened, that is what happened. But there's some things we might not know since it happened behind closed doors. So Liverpool 2-2. Obviously they're out of the race now. It's now between Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal has a game tomorrow, North London Derby with Tottenham Hotspur. It's gonna be a massive game. It's gonna be a very massive game. Arsenal. The nature of the game itself, in its nature, is a derby game. This is a game where I remember there was a time Thierry Henry said, when a new season starts, when the schedule is out, the first thing Arsenal players, or probably he himself, the first thing he does is he goes to the wall to see when they're going to be playing Tottenham Hotspur. It is that serious. It's a derby for Arsenal and for Tottenham players too. So tomorrow is going to be a good test. Tottenham needs 3 points to close the gap on Aston Villa, I think. So, and also Arsenal needs that 3 point also to still stay relevant in the conversation of who is going to win the league. So yeah, that's the game about Liverpool. So I wish Jurgen Klopp success in his next endeavor, and I think Salah would probably believe it. And I think there's another player, Luis Diaz. He's already made it known he wants to go to Barcelona. So some players might believe in Liverpool the moment Klopp is out. So that is that. Let's go to talk about the game Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Whew. This game was breathtaking. It was breathtaking. The common thing about these two games was the first half Chelsea was sleeping. The second half Aston Villa was sleeping. So when Chelsea was sleeping the first half, Aston Villa took control. When Aston Villa was sleeping the second half, Chelsea took control. Now, Aston Villa got an early goal in the 4th minute, an own goal by Marc Cucurella. Marc Cucurella, to me, the guy is very, very, very sloppy and so soft. He's so soft in his way of playing. He has problem with physical players that can run and players that are physical. Cucurella seems to have problem with players like that. He can't deal with them very well. So Petrovic, let's start from the goalkeeper and let's analyze him about Petrovic. For the first half, it was kind of decent, not really that great, but decent, because second half he didn't really have a lot to do in the second half. But the first half, it did good, but not that great. Yeah. So Thiago Silva, decent. He's a Rolls Royce of a defender, decent player. He's 39 years old, still playing at the top level. Chelsea's gonna miss him at the end of the season when he leaves. Chalobah was very decent today. His playing was solid. It was good. I would think he's probably the best in the defense today. Yeah. Badiashile. I have a problem with Badiashile in my opinion. Badiashile seems kind of always very shaky. He doesn't have that confidence in him. He needs to build the confidence. There are some things he wants to do, but I think he's scared to do it. So it was kind of sloppy, not really good also. It was sloppy, and his Badiashile, I think the reason he does that he's prone to mistakes. So maybe he doesn't want to make a mistake. That's why he's trying to be careful, do the basics, but it was good. Caicedo was had a very decent game today. I think it was good with Gallagher. His pairing with Gallagher was better. In my opinion, I think it's better than his pairing with Enzo Fernandez. Because if you ask me, for me, Enzo Fernandez, I've not really seen anything special he's doing with Chelsea. In my opinion, anytime I watch Chelsea game, I don't see him do anything special. It's just a good pass out the ball and he moves the ball around. That's what I think he pretty much does. But those magical things, I've not really seen a lot of, you know, what he can do. I know he has a lot in him, but not yet. So Gallagher, Gallagher was great. This is a guy that I would say when it comes to pressing, Gallagher is the guy that presses for Chelsea. When Chelsea wants to press, Gallagher press. He's good with it, and it was okay today. He played well, normal game, good game. What a fantastic second goal from him. It was a awesome goal. They were thinking he was going to pass the ball, but Gallagher, he does what he'd like to do once in a while to score goals, and he did score the goal. And I like him because he has that strength. He could run around for 90 minutes. It's one of the players Chelsea has that has a lot of strength in him. So Palmer, I see Palmer didn't really have one of his best games today, but I think he's still not fully recovered from the illness he had. And if not the fact that Pochettino was on a thin line, he wouldn't have used Palmer today. Might have actually given him some more time to rest, to recover from the illness, because that was why he didn't play the last game Chelsea played. Against Arsenal. So I think it's because of the illness. He still looks a little bit, kind of rusty. Maybe he didn't really have enough time to train. So, but for the most of it, it was okay. Noni Madueke was good today also. A good carry of the ball. It caused a lot of problem for, I think, Lucas Digne and Matt Cash. I think Lucas Digne was playing. Yeah, Lucas Digne, it caused him a lot of problem in that position. So it was good, and what a nice, fantastic first goal for the placement of the ball. It was good. Modric, yeah, this guy, I don't know. Modric seems like he has not touched football in his life. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but one thing I'm sure about from this guy is I know this guy is a raw player. He's very raw. He just needs a coach that could harness his strength, that could, mold him to be a better player. And that's why I think sometimes if he had gone to Arsenal, maybe Arteta might have, done, much more with him, because I see Arteta as that kind of coach that is kind of details. He knows he could make a player better. He learned under the best, Pep Guardiola. Guardiola also does that too. Guardiola makes a player even more better. That's what they do. So I don't know, because of Chelsea right now, I don't think Pochettino has the time to focus on Mikhailo Modric right now to make him a better player. He has a lot on his plate to deal with. Not Mikhailo Modric, but Modric plays. It was awful today, in my opinion. If Raheem Sterling was available, I was wondering why Raheem Sterling could not come in, and he eventually took him up. To me, it took too long for Pochettino to take him up. It wasn't affecting the game anyhow. It wasn't affecting the game in any way. So it was awful, in my opinion. It was awful today. Jackson, normal as it does, he loses a lot of chances. He had a header that hit the pole and all that. He scored a goal that was offside. Just a little bit mild from offside. It was offside, and his link of play is good, Jackson. But the primary assignment, the primary job he's been hired to do, which is scoring goals as a striker, he's not up to that task. So I don't know. Maybe next season is going to be better. He has a lot of work to do. Chelsea's first half, they had a lot of the ball, but Aston Villa was very, very direct and very, very clinical in the first half. That was why they were 2 goals up. Because anytime Aston Villa gets the ball, they looked very dangerous. Anytime Chelsea has the ball for a while, the moment Aston Villa gets the ball, the moment they, quick transition to the front, it always looks like they're gonna score a goal. It always so I think their game plan was sit back, hit Chelsea in the counter attack because they were okay not having the ball with them. They were okay with Chelsea having the ball. Now the second half changed. I think I will give Pochettino a little some kudos right here because he changed the Chelsea formation. The way Chelsea was set up in the second half was different because Cucurella was invited into the midfield. He played when Chelsea has the ball, it comes to the midfield, but when Chelsea doesn't have the ball, it supports the defense. So there's a way he changed the shape of Chelsea in the second half. And it really worked. Aston Villa slept and I don't know how they had that meltdown, and even the counter attack. Even though they had one or two couple of chances in the second half, and like I said, anytime they had any chances, they were always very, very dangerous. They looked like they were going to score. Now Chelsea scored another goal in the 94th minute by no, in the 94th minute there was a goal that was saved by Olsen by Palmer. That was why I thought Palmer was not clinical. Even though I know Palmer loses some goals too, but with the form he is right now, the form of his life, game goals, chances like that you think he's gonna bury it. But what a good save by Aston Villa goalkeeper Olsen. And Disasi scored a goal that was kind of ruled a foul because of the body check on I think Diego Carlos or something. Yeah, I think Diego Carlos. There's something I want to say about VAR. It's kind of hard. I think they should let us referees do their job because anytime the VAR talks to the referee and the referee goes to the monitor and comes back, 9 out of 10 times the referee changes his decision. If the referee already said it was a goal, by the time he goes to the monitor and comes back, it would come back and say it's no more a goal. If the referee says at first it's not a goal, the moment he goes to the monitor, comes back, the ball is a goal. So I don't know why that is happening, why they're the one making the decision, not the referee himself, which I found appalling. I'm still going to talk about the VAR in another episode. So now let's quickly dive into that was how the Chelsea game went 2-2. Frustrating for Chelsea, but also Aston Villa will have wanted the 3-point also. So another game is the Man United and Burnley game. What a game. But there's something I want to pick up. There's something I'm trying to say now about this Man United team. Onana, couple of saves, but he caused the penalty. The penalty that Burnley had to, it cost it. Casemiro was kind of a little bit better as a defender, maybe because he doesn't have to run that much. I mean, it's getting better now. Maguire's game was kind of decent, but not really, but it was a little bit decent. Eriksen was okay. Wan-Bissaka had a nice game, yeah, but not, average. He was average today. Kobe Mano, what a game. Anthony, he had a good performance. He scored a goal, which we thought, Man United had won the game. But, Man United would always be the Man United they are. So, Fernandes, what a decent game, even though I don't like his attitude, but he's a good player. Garnacho, good. Garnacho was good. Garnacho this season has been one of the vital players for Man United. Rasmus Højlund, yeah, he had a not really good game, but it was decent and it was taken up. Amad Diallo was the only substitute that came in to change the game. Scott McTominay didn't really do much. Mason Mount, not really much. Sophia Amrabat, I think he didn't really do much. Now, Burnley, what nice football those Burnley play. Burnley plays nice football. Their movement around the pitch was awesome. Was spectacular. Good control of the ball. The only problem Burnley has is they lack finishing. They're not clinical in the final third. That's the only problem Burnley has. Someone that was going to score a goal for them. When it comes to moving the ball around to get to the final third, they're like flawless. They're good. The way they move the ball around, it was good. The goal Man United scored, the goal by Anthony was a mistake from Sander Berge. Yeah, it was trying to pass the ball. I was expecting him to pass the ball to the keeper, but he mistakenly passed the ball because they pass the ball around a lot. Only that's how they play, and we're not surprised because it's Vincent Company. He's one of the students of Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola, what does he do? He keeps the ball, possession football. He has the ball to himself all the time. So when you don't have the ball, you can hurt him. So when he has the ball, he can hurt you. That's the basic fundamental mentality about the possession game football, the possession-based football. So, I mean, they were playing. But I want to say something. If that's why I'm a little bit hard with Ten Hag, because I think Ten Hag has not done anything with this Man U team. You can't see any signature of Ten Hag in this team. How does Man United play? Do they play counter-attack? Do they play direct football? Do they play pressing football? Do they play possession? I don't know. It's just a mixture of everything. No identity. Look at Burnley. This Vincent Company team, the way they play, entertaining football. You know they're playing possession football. But if Vincent Company had more better players than what he has in Burnley, with all due respect to all the Burnley players, what do you think he will do? He would do better. So even if this Vincent Company guy goes to Man United or goes to Chelsea, he would get better players, better budget. He would play good football, and he would have better players, better than the Burnley players that would, make the Burnley team make his team more better. So that's why I'm always a little bit hard on Ten Hag, because I've not really seen his input or his impact in that team. There's nothing you can say, oh, this is what Ten Hag created, this is how he wants to play in the Man United team. You can't. And on paper, one by one, he has better players than the Burnley than the Burnley team and than the Burnley players. So I don't know. That gives me the mentality. If Company comes to Man United, he would do better with those players. So, that's what I think. And there's a player in Burnley. Is it Wilson Odobert? Yeah, Wilson Odobert is a French guy. That guy is, oh my God, what a young, talented player. The guy is good. I won't be surprised if Burnley get relegated at the end of the day. I think someone might snatch him. Someone club would try to buy him. The guy is good. He's very good. He's good with the ball. He's good running. He almost scored the second goal for Burnley against Man United. But that game was very interesting because both teams threw caution to the wind. They wanted to score, so that made the game very interesting. It was mass attack, mass defense. When Man U gets the ball, they want to score. The moment Burnley gets the ball, they attack also. So it was a very, very interesting game to watch. And finally, before I end this podcast, Liverpool finally got a coach. In my last episode, I talked about the Feyenoord coach in the Eredivisie, which is the Dutch league, Arne Slot. He's a Dutch guy. He's the Feyenoord coach, and he had the first meeting with Liverpool with Ruben Amorim, but he proceeded to have another second meeting, and I think Liverpool has found their Jurgen Klopp successor, so he would probably if everything goes on fine, he will probably take over Liverpool's job for next season. So Arne Slot is going to be the next Liverpool coach. And Feyenoord, which is his club, I think they won the Dutch league this season because Ajax and PSV was a group this season. So that would be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for your time. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it, like, and share your comment. Do you think Mo Salah will still be in Liverpool by next season? And do you think Luis Diaz will still be in Liverpool? Let me know your thought. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.